Hi guys, welcome to another iLearner driving school video. We're going to be doing a Sidcup driving test route. So we'll be talking you through it, giving you any sort of tips. But yeah, so we're going to move off. We're starting off on the road next to the driving test centre. So here we go. Okay, so when we get to the end of the road, we're going to be turning left. The Sidcup driving test centre is there on the right-hand side. To get access into the car park, we would turn right here, and it'll be the first right near the yellow steps. Okay, another thing which I've mentioned in the other test routes as well is that this is a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit around here. And when we get to the end of the road, we are going to be turning left. The examiner may not tell you where to go here because on the floor, once you get past these two little roads, I'm not going to indicate at the moment. Then I'm going to check my mirrors, give a signal, but you can see on the floor there's an arrow to the left and it says turn left. Okay, all clear. Okay, so when you come out the test centre or come out the road onto the main road, you're either going to be going left here or you're going to be going up to Ruxley Roundabout. Then when we get to the roundabout, we are going to be going right fifth exit. So on this roundabout, there is 5 exits. So right fifth, we're going to be coming back on ourselves. So I'm going to check my mirrors, give a signal to the right hand lane. Here it's really important that we get used to using blockers to block the cars from the right hand side coming out. Generally speaking, most of the time it's quite busy, so we really need to look for them to take advantage. Otherwise we could be waiting a long time, to be fair. So like at the moment, got no opportunity. Where's that car going? Right, I've seen them indicate to come off that exit there, and away I go. So right fifth, that's the first. That one there's the second. This one is the third. Okay, this one is the fourth, and then I'm going to check my mirrors, centre left, indicate left. This bend is quite a tight one, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit so I can keep my positioning, not to go too wide. Lovely. And I'm looking ahead, I can see the zebra crossing, so I'm looking out for any pedestrians who may want to use that crossing. Okay, looks all right, nobody there. Then I'm going to look ahead. I can see the traffic lights are green. They may change by the time I get there, so I'm just sort of anticipating the change. Check my mirror as well, see who's behind me, so if it does change, I know whether I can or not. It hasn't. I'm going to check my centre right mirror, just see what that red car behind me is doing, whether they're trying to overtake or not. Okay, again, I'm going to keep looking far down as possible, around the corner. And then I can see from here, there's another zebra crossing. So again, I'm looking out for any pedestrians who may want to use the crossing. There's a little hump, so I'm just going to ease off my gas a little bit and then carry on again. And then a little bit further up, we're going to be turning right into what we call Knoll, or the name of the road is Knoll Road. Okay, so it's here, so I'm going to check my centre mirror, right mirror, signal to the right. position to the right. Gonna look ahead to see. Okay, can I go before the van? I think I can without slowing them down. So easing off the gas. Lovely. And then here you can see we've got like the parked cars on the other side of the road. So if anyone was coming, potentially they may wait for us if it's not wide enough. Depends how big their vehicle is. And then it kind of switches now where the cars are now on our side of the road. So we may have to give them way. Okay, looks all right. And checking the mirrors again. Okay, now we're coming up to a roundabout and we're going to be turning right, third exit. So this roundabout can be quite tricky because the visibility to the right is terrible. So I'm going to do my mirrors, going to signal right. Ahead is okay, and when I get closer to the left is okay. I know I don't need to give way to the left, but this side here, the visibility is not very good at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peep a little bit, and then when I make my decision to go, I'm going to go. And then also it's quite a tight bend or tight turn. Once I get into the road, I check my mirror there, but the visibility on that side is not great. Also, sometimes people get confused here. So this is a tight bend round to the left. Sometimes students think that they've got to continue round there, but the actual markings, which are quite faint to be fair, indicate that it bends around to the left side, and it is quite a tight bend, so you are going to need to sort of slow down and as you go around. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer those for you. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on all social media platforms pretty much. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we've got a YouTube channel as well. Got another zebra crossing coming. So having a little look. Looks pretty clear at the moment. And then we've got some bends coming up as well where we're just going to lower our speed just by easing off the gas. You can see on the floor as well it says slow. I'm going to use a little bit of brake as well, just really light. Going around. Got a bus there as well. Okay, so at the mini roundabout we're going to be going straight ahead, second exit. So we're going to be looking ahead to see if any of the vehicles in front of us are indicating. So like this blue, this vehicle here, the blue, is it blue? Yeah, it's blue. I'm going to check their indicator. They're not indicating, so I'm going to go and I get into a new road, new mirror. But as you can see from a distance, I was already kind of having a look to see whether the cars were indicating or not, because then that helps me to plan ahead. Yeah. Okay, when I get to the next roundabout, I'm going to be turning left, first exit, where the sign's saying Sidcup. So again, I'm easing off my gas, using a little bit of braking, checking my mirrors, give a signal, getting my positioning. As it sort of bends around, it's a sweeping corner. I'm going to go around with it, going to look to the right. Got a car coming. Where's the red one going? Okay, right, I'm off. And then new road, new mirror. Okay, go slow, check my mirrors to come out gently. Check my mirrors again to come back in. Just gonna ease off here. Check my mirrors to come out. Check my mirrors well before coming back in again, and then I can make my progress. And then further down, we are going to be taking a left turn, which is it's quite sharp, to be fair. And then there's also straight after that, there's a tight bend to the left. So we're going to be taking the next road on the left-hand side. So I'm going to check my mirrors, I'm going to signal, I'm going to slow down because I know it's tight. I can see it's quite tight as well. Could be a car coming through like this. There's also a pedestrian. So I'm waiting for the pedestrian. I'm also waiting for the car to come through. Okay. And that's exactly what could happen. You could have obviously a pedestrian on any, when you're turning in and out, but also you could have a car coming through. So you want to be ready for that. And then here's the tight bend we was talking about. So again, I'm going to lower my speed so I don't go too wide. And look down the road as well. There is a car coming. They have got a gap there, but just in case, I'm going to wait here until I sort of see their positioning. So they're coming through. Okay, good. Check my mirrors and then moving off again. So with that, yes, I have priority there in terms of the cars are parked on the right hand side, but I wasn't sure whether that vehicle was going to be pulling in or not, and I was kind of having a look to see what they were doing. So were they slowing down? Was their positioning changing? To see what they were doing, and as it worked out, they didn't wait for me, so that's fine, no problem at all. But I was ready for it. Okay, we're gonna take the next road on the left. Again, these roads are quite tight, so you need to be sort of lowering the speed, accurate with your steering. I'm looking into the road. You've got the car parked there as well, which made it quite narrow. I'll check my mirrors to come back out. And I'll check my mirrors to come back in. Just keep doing the same thing. I'm also kind of aware from here if anyone comes around that bend ahead of me. So I'm already thinking about what could happen before it happens. It may not happen. And I'm looking for reflections potentially off of the cars as well. So I'm looking, okay, it's fine. And then the end of the road, I'm going to be turning right, checking the mirrors, signaling. Okay, the tree to my right makes visibility, and to the left, both sides, it makes it a bit tricky. But once I will do a bit of peeping and creeping shortly. I can see at the moment, so I'm just going to edge forward a little bit. I'm going to try and look around the right side of that tree as well, just to give me a little bit of an advantage. You can see there's another white car coming, white van even from the right at the moment. So potentially after this one, I can maybe edge out a little bit to be able to see a little bit better on that right side, on the left. Okay, and I can see now it's clear. Proceed. Roundabout, we're going to be going straight ahead, so following the road ahead, second exit towards where the sign says Bexley. Check my mirrors to move back over again. And as I'm going straight ahead, I'm going to be following it around on the left lane. Okay, can I go where they go in? No, I'm not going to risk that. Okay, and I'm following it around on the left. When I get halfway across, I'm going to check my mirrors, signal, and away I go. New road, new mirror. If you notice the positioning there, sometimes we get students who they kind of straight line it, they don't go round it. You need to make sure you go round, staying in that left lane. And even like a road like this, even with sort of as I'm traveling, there's little bends, etc. I'm just going to keep updating myself what is going on around me. So at the moment, there's nobody behind me, but I'm just double checking, just to make sure everything's okay, just to get an update. It just makes my life easier to know what everyone around me is doing at all times. Got another zebra crossing. Again, I'm going to be scanning for any pedestrians. Nobody there. That's fine. Okay, got a little bit of a bend, so I'm just going to So just ease off a little bit, not too much. Okay, and then now it's a bit more straight, I can sort of make a bit more progress. Again, updating myself, what's happening around me. Follow it around. And then in a little while, we're going to have a right turn, which sometimes catches students out. It's kind of downhill, and sometimes they're just going a little bit too fast, and they don't kind of slow down enough, so their positioning sort of suffers a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be coming up shortly. Okay, so it's down this hill just after that island in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my mirrors and indicate to let people know. I know there's no one around me at the moment behind me, but just to give them lots of notice. And then I'm going to get myself into this area here, this little box. I'm going to indicate again as it came off, as it's okay. I'm going to turn into the road, going to look down that road, checking the mirrors to come out. But it's really important that you slow down enough as you're approaching that junction. And then here we've got a tight bend again, round to the left. So I'm going to be anticipating maybe someone might come around that corner. We've got the white car parked on the bend as well. So I'm going to be going slow, sticking to my left side, looking round. Okay, it's fine. But if there was anybody coming, I was ready for them. It wasn't something that I'd have to kind of react to late. I was already prepared that there could be somebody there. Again, down here, yes, it's fairly quiet at the moment, but I'm scanning for any gaps that I can maybe use if there's any vehicles coming towards me. The parked cars are on my left-hand side, so got a couple of gaps where these Mercedes are. I'm also looking for this pedestrian. Is she going to be moving out? Yeah, moving out of the way. Okay. Moving across. There you go. And then after these parked cars, I'm going to move back over to the left-hand side. That's another thing that sometimes students don't do. They don't move back across again. Now, obviously, if the gap's really small, then we don't need to. So, like, there's no point there. Here, I would do. But yeah, so we're going to go right at the end of the road. So I've got, I think I just saw a car there. Saw them quite late. There wasn't be much I could do about that because of when I saw them. I mean, they did go straight in the end, but I was just aware of what could happen. So I'm looking down there. Okay, check my mirrors to come out. Okay, lovely. Now, at the end of the road, we are turning right. So I'm going to check my mirrors, going to signal, a little bit of a hill. I'm going to slow down to have a little look. If you're driving a manual car, it's really, really important that you use your clutch control. Most modern cars, to be fair, they may have a hold feature or a brake feature, which will stop you rolling. Okay, so after this one, away I go. Got plenty of time before that next learner. And then at the end of the road, we are going to turn right. There is also now, look, if you look ahead, there's a 20 sign, so the speed limit changes to 20. I'm going to be turning right. So check my mirrors, signal right, I position myself on the right, get my speed down so I can comfortably position in the right-hand lane. Okay, so I've got a few people turning right. So let's have a little look what else we've got. Right, there's nothing from the left-hand side. They're indicating to turn into that road. And away I go. Checking my mirror, my centre mirror as I've got into a new road. And then remembering now it is 20 until you see a different speed sign. So it's 20 miles an hour. And to be fair, Bexley Village is quite tight anyway. As you can see, so there's a bus route on there as well. I've got that car reversing out, so I'm going to wait. But also as well, I can see after that, I've got the zebra crossing. So I'm going to be scanning, also thinking about someone could come out of a shop, maybe. Yeah, okay, looks fine. And then at the roundabout, the mini roundabout, we're going to be turning right, second exit, right, second exit. So I'm going to check my mirrors, give a signal. I know I can't see too much, but I'm already starting to look to the right to see. They're not indicating, they are now, so I know. Okay, checking my mirror as I get into the new road. Again, I've got another zebra crossing, so lots and lots of zebra crossings. Looks okay, remembering that it's 20. Easing off the gas to go around the bend. You've got another zebra crossing. And then we've got a fairly tight bend to the right, and then after that it's really narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ease off. I'm going to stick to that left-hand side. I'm going to look down the road. Okay, looks all right. There is a little bit of traffic. There might be the roadworks still here. Also, because it's quite narrow, I'm kind of over to the left-hand side quite a bit. But what I can do as well is, as I'm moving quite slowly, I can just have a little look, checking the little circle blind spot mirror on my left to see how I'm doing with my gap between me and the pavement. So as I mentioned, going right. Anyone coming down there shouldn't be. And what's also important with the roadworks, we don't want to be blocking mirrors to come out. We don't want to be blocking the roundabout. So if we could see on the other side of the roundabout that the cars had all kind of stopped because of the temporary lights or whether there was traffic. Also the speed limit, sorry, I forgot to mention back there, just changed back to 30 as well. Yeah, we don't want to block the little mini roundabout up. So if we couldn't get all the way across it, we would wait behind the giveaway lines. Now we're coming up to the reverse priority roundabout, where we don't have giveaway lines on the floor. The giveaway lines are to the right hand side. So we, like that blue car's there waiting, we have priority over them because they have the giveaway lines. As I come round, I'm going to be checking my mirrors, give a signal to tell people going to come off. Not going to cross those hatch markings. Then I'm going to check the mirrors, indicate come across after. We're not allowed to check to cross those hatch markings. So when you come off on that one, come off initially on the right hand side, and then you can kind of move back over to the left. So because of the road signs, they're telling me that this left lane is there's roadworks on this. I'm going to check my mirrors, going to indicate in good time for these cones, these road markings that are telling me there's a bit of roadworks over there. As soon as these cones stop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to move back over to the left-hand side. We do not want to stay on that right lane, unless, of course, we were turning right somewhere, which I'll talk to you about in a second. Actually, there is a right turn that you can take, but you won't want to stay over there for that period, that long distance. Okay, checking for any pedestrians at these lights, because they will only change if someone pushes the button. So if there's no one around there, it won't change. Obviously, there is a chance that someone could have potentially pushed the button and walked off, or pushed the button and already crossed. But most of the time, you'll see a pedestrian there. This right turn here is the one that they can get you to go. So if you were going that way, they would obviously tell you in advance. You would have already moved over to the right lane in preparation for turning right there. But that's one of the other routes. Again, with the traffic lights, going to be having a look to see if there's any pedestrians around. Okay, so when I get to the roundabout, I'm going to be going right, fourth exit, right, fourth exit. So I'm going to start kind of having a look to see when I can potentially get across. So I'm going to be getting across now. So I'm kind of preparing for where I'm going to go next. You don't, obviously, if you know you're going right, that's fine. You can prepare for it. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to do it late. So you don't want to be sort of still in the left lane, still in the left lane, still in the left lane, because the further you get across now, the harder it can become if it's busy. Okay, so right fourth is where we are going. Even from here, I'm going to start having a little look. So I've got an idea of, like, for example, I can probably go, because I've looked and planned early. So that one there is 1. This one is 2. This one is 3. And then I'm going to check my mirrors, signal, and then it's quite a tight bend. So I'm just going to ease off, brake a tiny bit so I can keep my position in. And then new road, new mirror. Okay, and then we're making our way back towards the test centre now. So we're going to be taking the next road on the right hand side. So I'm going to check my mirrors, I'm going to signal, and then I'm going to position myself. I can go in these hatch markings, which helps me get out of the way of the car behind me. I'm in my area. The pedestrian I've got to be aware of as well. Are they going to cross? I think I'm there before he is. Not sure if he's going to cross or not either, which he wasn't anyway. Oh, we did actually in the end. He did cross in the end, but I was there before him. Remembering that it's just 15 down here. The test centre is the second right, so further ahead where the yellow steps on the right hand side is. I'm going to go down the road that we started off at. Into the road I go. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. Again, if you do have any questions, please put them in the comments and we'll get back to you. Remember to follow us and subscribe on YouTube. Be much appreciated. Thank you everybody also for the support so far. Over and out.